Jab locks existed for a long time in the Smash series and allow you to get a big punish on opponents who miss a ground tech. But in Ultimate, this mechanic got changed a bit. I'm C5 from the Beefy Smash Dudes, and here's everything about jab locks. If a character gets launched and doesn't act in time, they usually just fall to the ground. They can avoid that by teching. This is done by pressing shield right before touching the ground. But if they miss the tech and just fall flat on the stage, you can lock them by hitting a weak attack right after they fell on the ground. In Brawl, you could lock an opponent indefinitely by repeating the same weak hit over and over again. In Smash 4, you could do it up to a maximum of 3 times. After that, they were forced to do a regular get-up no matter what they pressed, allowing you to get a big fat punish. Smash Ultimate works a little different. You can still lock opponents on the ground, this time for a maximum of 2 times. But after that, they are not forced to do a regular get-up anymore. They can do whatever they want. Roll in both directions, attack, regular get-up, or even just stay on the ground and act a bit later. So does that mean locking opponents is useless now? Well, not exactly. You can still punish opponents after locking them, it just has to be fast enough before they are able to get up. For many characters, a quick smash can work out, but it's not as big of a punish anymore as it was in previous Smash titles. If you do want a bigger punish, you can always try going for a hard read and wait for their get-up. It's riskier, but maybe more rewarding. Let's look at the numbers. Once your opponent falls to the ground, you have a window of 25 frames to connect a hit and get the lock. That's almost half a second. After hitting them, they will be locked for 38 more frames, almost 2/3 of a second. During that, you can lock them one more time, resetting the lock for another 38 frames. If you try that a third time, they won't get locked again, but just stand right in front of you, free to do whatever they want afterwards. So after the first or second lock, you will want to hit them with something strong. Now, it's called a jab lock most of the time, but jabs are not the only attacks able to lock opponents. There are 2 criteria a move has to fulfill in order to lock someone. The knockback has to be weak enough, and it can't knock opponents upwards. Even spikes can sometimes lock, so the correct name for it would probably be knockdown lock. But jabs are often still the most practical to use, and in Ultimate a lot more jabs are able to lock opponents than in previous titles. Here you can see every character that has a jab that can lock at low percent. Interesting to note is that Nana's and Luma's jab also count as one lock. So if you hit a jab lock with both ICs or Rosalina and Luma, you can't lock them again afterwards, since the 2 hits already count as 2 locks. The higher the percent, the fewer attacks will lock because of the increased knockback. But some moves can actually lock forever. There are a few methods how you can get a lock, but locking overall did get nerfed pretty hard in Ultimate. Not just was the forced get-up removed, but it's also easier to get techs now. At mid-percent, if you hit an opponent with very horizontal knockback, it can often be hard to react fast enough and get a successful tech. So you can run after them and simply jab at the right moment. But since the spin animation is now techable, it's easier to escape stuff like that. A pratfall occurs when a character stands with their back to an edge while getting hit by a weak attack. This can also be hard to tech sometimes. It was even untechable in Smash 4, but is always techable in Ultimate. It also happens much less frequently than it did in Smash 4. Some attacks can lead into footstools, after which you can often follow with a landing aerial to lock opponents, but of course only if they missed the tech. Yet another situation that was untechable in Smash 4. Some attacks can even lock opponents on a platform. Now, even though teching is easier in Ultimate, jabbing at the right moment can still be a good way of checking safely whether or not your opponent teched. If you hit the jab, immediately go for a fast smash or other strong punish. And if you miss because they teched, you still don't lose too much time and might even be able to follow up after the tech. What do you think? Are the Jablock changes for Ultimate good, or are they doing more harm? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more Smash Ultimate. We also have new merch in our shop. Click here or the link in the description if you want an Awakened Kirby shirt or some of our other Smash themed merch. As always, thanks for watching, see you soon and stay beefy.